As for the game, as for FanDuel Sportsbook, the line hasn't moved at all. I have meteorologist Matthew Hamilton. Which way are the winds blowing out there? Kansas City holding strong, still favored at 1.5. And if you are curious, there it is. The favorite, by the way, has won 65% of the time in the previous Super Bowl. So keep that in your noggin as you're making your bets. And there isn't the same shine, maybe, to the whole Andy Reid's facing his former team thing. Like, it was a very cute storyline as we sat here 2 years ago. We have done this before. But seeing the logos, like as I sort of came upon New Orleans, seeing those logos does make me really think that we need a moment for this remarkable career that Big Red has had, that Andy has had, spanning to his time back in Philly. We'll talk to Brian Westbrook about it. I mean, 20 playoff appearances, more than any coach in NFL history. That's insane! That is insane. Top 5 all-time in regular season wins, second to only Belichick in playoff wins. His 6, count them, read it, weep, cry, laugh. 6 Super Bowl appearances. They're tied with Don Shula for second most all-time. And a win in this one gives him 4 rings. Do you know what that does? That ties him, my friends, with Chuck Knoll for second most ever. We've talked about this from every angle, and we will all week, of course. What does the Super Bowl mean for Mahomes being the GOAT, his legacy, his immortalization in the books of the NFL? What does it mean to Andy, though, guys? What does it mean to Andy to succeed on this level with 2 different franchises? That is unheard of. And Clark Hunt confirmed last night Andy's going to be back next year either way, so there's not this thing hanging in the balance, which I sort of hate. I wish this would have sort of let that magic go on a little longer. But what this does to his resume needs to be considered. And I talked about the Commanders last week being this sort of, they represent what's possible, the Commanders, what is possible if you were a downtrodden franchise on the rebuild. Andy Reid is that, isn't he? He's that for anybody getting slapped with the, I can't do it. I can't win the big one. I can't lift the rep. I can't get it done. That's going to be thrown around a lot, okay? It took him 20 years to get that first ring. That's why I hate when we judge quarterbacks, coordinators, anything for the first several years of their career. What he has done in a 6-year span, looking at 4, are we freaking kidding? I almost swore. Are we freaking kidding? That's wild. And it's proof to it's never too late to write your story, rewrite the narrative. It is all hope and optimism here on the Up and Adams FanDuel set in New Orleans.